Orient Volumes 8 and 9 Review. Volume 7 on Shinobu Otaka's Orient started ramping up the action on the Awagi Island arc, but confusingly pulled its strings in the wrong direction, ruining a lot of the character development put it into Musashi, which did leave me a bit cold. Jumping back in with these next two volumes, however, changes his feeling completely as it successfully ramps up the stakes and takes the battle in a very interesting direction. Volume 8 starts to set all this in motion as it turns the focus back on the Obsidian 8, the mysterious figures who were trying to claim the Obsidian Goddess for themselves and are disabling the league with the demons. But we haven't seen all 8 of them yet. This volume more firmly introduces us to Yatoro Inoda, the Jabba the Hutt SQ Big Daddy, who was placing his half-demon daughters into the Oisogi army as spies and saboteurs. As we discover at the end of Volume 7, Musashi's bourgeois love interest, Michiru, is one of them. However, her ninja attempt at stealing the goddess ends in failure, with the Oisogi army capturing them both and falsely accusing Musashi of being the spy. With her hero in chains, this gives the enemy a perfect opportunity to strike as the saboteurs reveal themselves and launch a devastating assault on the Oisogi castle. In the midst of battle, Musashi must figure out his feelings for Michiru as he is forced to take arms against her father after being teleported to the enemy base in Awagi Island with Shiro's demon blade powers. Let's just say this doesn't go so well, with Musashi completely losing her to the enemy before he's dumped back in the now ruined Oisogi castle. As we reach Volume 9, in an absolute state of disarray, there's no option left but a direct assault on the island, which is where the Oisogi's brilliant tactician, Kuroko Osami, comes into play, as she's pitted against another member of the Obsidian 8 and mastermind of this entire operation, Seiroku Inokawa, in the intricate game of chess, where every leaves on the line. While these two volumes don't resolve all the issues we have with this series, they do a lot of right in how the action is played out and how the overall plot develops. What I'm tending to find is that the series is the strongest when the Obsidian 8 is involved, as it gives our heroes an intelligent enemy to fight against. While the demons might look mightily impressive, at the end of the day, they are just monsters and there's nothing really there other than their created designs to get you invested. The Obsidian 8, however, offer a good mystery to be unraveled and have terrifyingly strong powers to rely whack everyone about. Inoda is still the weakest of the members we have seen so far, and, as I mentioned previously, lacks originality as being that fat, a repulsive stereotype, but it does try to keep some humanity to his character. He is simply booted and pushed around by the other members. Shiro, of course, remains out and out insane, but the addition of Seiroku gives the group some smarter ground and makes them more dangerous as a whole. The tactical back and forth we get between him and Kuroko is fantastic as they keep trying to outdo each other with their plans. And it does produce some great heart to going to get out of these fun moments. The action that results from all of this is great too, as we treated a ferocious battle between the Oisogi and Onoda's half-demon daughters in Volume 8, while Volume 9 gets to show off the prowess of different characters, as the assault on the island switches between different perspectives. I like how it shows off all the different demon play abilities, particularly in how they all different strengths and weaknesses. While some focus on outright power, there are some that are better when working in a team, delivering buffs and making others stronger, but there's even one that can heal allies. It's a pretty decent application of a fantasy-like magic system, that's pushed during the medium of swords instead. Switching the focus between different characters does mean that there's a lack of space to develop them all, and it feels like a lot of the cast either gets quickly discarded or has been conveniently forgotten about. Our main losses here are Kujiro and Sugumi, who, apart from the odd few pages in Volume 9, are just not active in this part of the story. Considering they are supposed to be main characters, this is like a waste as, even though the story wants Musashi to be on his own, it would have been nice to see what the rest of the team are getting up to. Musashi himself still struggles to be a convenience lead, which is also part of the problem. He does have his moments, but part where he is being dumb and or clueless, always frustrating to follow instead of being the laugh out loud moments I think the series is intended them to be. Everything still looks good though. As the series continues to prove solid with its character and monster designs, the way some are melded into half-human, half-demon forms can be horrifying, particularly Inoda's half-demon daughters, and the way they take the form of Komodo dragons. Some panels can still look incredibly busy in places, but I get used to this highly detailed style now where I think it works better taking it all at a slower pace. Orient continues to be published with Kodansha in both digital and physical forms. The physical copy continues to be well presented. What translation for both these volumes is handled by Gavin Gifford and reads perfectly well with no issues to speak of. As much as this series can be frustrating to read as it constantly missteps with its unconvincing lead, it can still be bringing out the punch to the table to lure you back in. Void in the Night of Orient produced an action-packed combination that focuses on the battle between the Oisugi and the members of the Obsidian Eight who are backing up Orochi and Awaki Island. With some horrific destruction and a fantastic back-and-forth tactical battle, it's just a shame those long-standing issues hold it back. What it means is the presence of some of the main characters who continue to pop in and out of existence on demand. 7 out of 10.